Hello friends, the story we are going to talk about today took place on 27th November 2019, on the eve of the Thanksgiving holiday. But even though 2 years have passed, it has not lost its relevance at all. What's more, acts like this remain timeless, and I'm sure each and every one of us needs to hear about it. It all started when a 43-year-old woman walked into a supermarket in Palm Springs, USA. It was an ordinary morning. She stopped at one of the cash registers. She appeared to be no different from the rest of the customers, with one difference. She was not here to buy anything. Calling herself Cece, the woman told the cashiers that she had won the lottery and intended to share her joy with random strangers. And so, with the administration's permission, she wanted to pay for their purchases. Of course, such unusual behavior aroused the interest of the shop staff, but as she was not violating anything, the administration agreed. What was wrong with that? But the best part was yet to come. The astonished shoppers thought it was some kind of joke, but when Cece started to hold up her card to pay the check, people enthusiastically expressed their gratitude, not understanding how they could have been so lucky. The customers that day were completely different. Families with big purchases for the week, modest students, elderly people with huge bags of pet food, mothers with children, and many more. The woman indiscriminately paid for each customer's purchases, and the whole thing went on for more than an hour. By then, the amount paid for the purchases had already surpassed $6,000, and who knows if the story would have become so popular if not for one thing. To be more precise, until it was one girl's cue. While the cashier was passing the goods to another satisfied customer, the customer was looking intently at Cece's face. The thing was, her face seemed familiar. The girl reached into her phone and compared her face to someone else's. As it turned out, she recognized the Australian singer Sia, author and performer of many famous hits. For those not familiar with her work, the thing about this artist is that at every performance she appears in a new look with a wig covering her face, so it's almost impossible to recognize her in person, and not many people have seen the girl without her stage appearance. However, the customer was that rare fan who was able to recognize in the most ordinary facial features the famous singer. Then she moved closer to Cece and asked for selfies, to which the singer only smiled and happily agreed, but whispered quietly to her not to give her identity away. But people's reaction was unstoppable, as after just a few seconds, people from all over the shop started lining up behind each other. Many people instinctively queued up to see who was being photographed. It was not long before all the shoppers and employees knew that the world star was standing next to them, pretending to be a regular person. Dozens of surprised customers began to come up and get Cece's autograph, all the while expressing their heartfelt gratitude. After all, Sia's songs have saved many people in the most difficult moments of their lives. The celebrity herself hugged everyone and gave everyone a real feast of love and kindness. Soon, the pictures from this unexpected action of generosity appeared on the internet, and the singer's fans were once again convinced of the unselfishness of her actions. And those who did not know her well before took a new look at this person. The girl, who was the first to recognize Sia, tweeted her apologies for drawing so much attention to her, and added that she had always dreamed of being so close to her favorite singer, and therefore, in her opinion, such an act deserves respect and recognition. It's worth adding that Sia herself didn't really want to add any comments about this event, because in her words, happiness loves silence. But in an interview, she did reveal the reason for this action. They say we give for others. Of course, but I am sure that first of all, we give for ourselves, because the pleasure of giving a gift can't be expressed in words. Sometimes a person can't live without it anymore, so the more I give, the more I get. What is interesting, this was not the first time the star surprised by such acts of generosity, and it's not just because the woman is very kind. In October of the same year, she honestly admitted that she suffers from a neurological disease. It causes joint pain and severe fatigue. But despite this, Sia is not discouraged, and in her spare time, she tries to give a piece of herself to the world. You can have a lot of money, but all of it is absolutely useless if you don't use it to improve the world. Sia added that next time she will try to put on a better makeup and not give herself away. Stories like this not only inspire good deeds, but also show each of us that goodness does not lie on the road and cannot be picked up by accident. Goodness is learned from people. The more examples like this, the better our world will be. Friends, what do you think of this manifestation of kindness of a famous singer? Have you personally experienced similar acts of generosity? Be sure to write about it in the comments. That's all for today. Like the video, and see you soon.